Okay, this is my second attempt of making a freaking tutorial because some of y'all don't know how to draw, and I've never done a tutorial, so I'll just be explaining the basics. And this app is IBISPAINT. It's spelled, I think, I. You know what? Just ignore my terrible handwriting. I hope you guys can tell what that is. Anyways, yeah, the app is this.
BTW, I sped it up because yeah, just follow what I do.
So I'll be teaching you the basics, and we're gonna go.
And no, this
With the
isn't
first
a
basics,
actual
uploading
TED
a
on
video
how to draw
or
something, it's just the
drawing.
basics.
So you can upload any drawing you want, and you literally just have to take a screenshot of whatever you want to draw. Type the character into the URL and take a screenshot. You can crop the screenshot so you can only see the character, and you can extract the colors from the drawing by going to different parts of the drawing and getting what you need, like what color you want. If you want to recreate the exact colors of the drawing and you're paranoid like me, because in my videos you can always see in my speed paints that I'm always using that exact drawing or exact colors, because when I'm making fan art I get paranoid, and you know. Anyways, we're going to talk about layers. So right now you're going to need 3 layers, or I divide them into 5 layers sometimes depending on what I'm drawing, but we're going to start with 3. So first you're going to want your sketch. Your sketch can be anything you want to draw. You can export it. It takes a while to get used to the screen, so yeah. So don't be discouraged if your first drawing does not look like mine, because trust me, my first one was terrible. I'll even show y'all at the end of the video, because this is a tutorial. Time is precious. Anyways, yeah. And then you go to your second layer.
Sorry for the stuffy voice.
Pick a color you want to line art with. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad. Oh, and I forgot. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. Well, I already said that, but like, you know, I gotta just say it for the people who are late. You're gonna line out your drawing. Just pretend I did it right, okay? You want your line art to be clean, but I'm not actually drawing anything right now. So, for the sake of time, I'm just going to do messy line art. It's okay if your line art is messy. My line art is messy. I just cover it with fake smiles and everything. And then you're going to want to click on this specific button to reunite not delete, but to not show your sketch layer, okay? Because you don't want people to see your sketch layer. And, you got your line art, and do not color on your line art. You're going to want to get another layer, and this time you do not dismantle the line art, because that's what you're going to use to see your color. And you can export colors from the drawing you put in the right corner or anywhere. And I'm gonna just do this. And make sure all your lines are closed while using the bucket tool, because it just buckets any of the lines. So be careful of that. And okay, and we're gonna just delete the thing just for the video, but don't delete your line art. But if you did, you can always just press the undo button. But for now, you want to make sure all your lines are closed, and for now we're just gonna do a heart because I do not feel like actually making a drawing. And then if you want to use the bucket tool to color, you can pick any color and it'll fill the closed shaped area. Make sure your thing is closed. And while you have your sketch layer, you're gonna want to I'm gonna have to recolor this because it's not supposed to be on there. Layer. Make sure your coloring layer and your line art layer are both visible, and that you do not show your sketch layer. I already said that, but we gotta say it again. And basically, just make sure all your layers are separate. And if your line art or your sketch layer, you say like, I swore that looked better on the sketch layer. Yeah, me too. But that's just how line art is. When you actually line your sketch, you can see the true beauty of how bad it is. Anyways, in most cases you'll only need 3 layers, but you can use 4 for your reference. And now I'm going to be teaching you how to shade like me. But first, we're gonna need an actual drawing. So I'm gonna be using this fan art that I made for Coet. Yeah, I cannot say these usernames. But first, sometimes you might want to reduce the thickness of the brush, so you can reduce it to a level that you'll find pleasing. I usually just, you know, use lighter brushes or lighter thickness, because I don't feel like making it look like really thick, because I like my line art just a little bit less thick than others. But you guys do you. And here's how to shade. So I'm gonna be doing a heart here. I don't think I want to use this drawing, but yeah. So what I do is that I pick the color that's a little bit darker and not too dark, and then I just shade like a little bit of everywhere. Like I don't really pick a spot, but it just depends on your drawing in general. Like, and how I shade eyes is that I pick a gray, not too much of a gray, and then I go to transparency. You can choose that from here. I usually go not too far, and then I do that. That's not really noticeable, but it makes a difference to me. And then I choose this light purple, not too light, not too dark, and it's a really light purple, but you just gotta get it in there. And then I do some shading in the eye. It's not really noticeable from afar, but it makes a difference to me. And for clothing, I just usually do a lighter and darker color, because like if I were to do a darker color right now, because no one's really looking at the shading, they just care that you don't trace the drawing. And a little bit about that, I'm about to show you what's tracing and what's not tracing, because some of us got it mixed up. And I'll do a thing on my art style later, but right now I'm not going to do no art style kind of thing, because everybody has their own art style, and their art style is unique. So I'm going to show you what's tracing. So first you get your drawing. I'm going to choose the first one, because I'm not about to look for my drawing. And you click how big you want it. I usually just do a medium thing. And then if you want the opacity to be good, you do extract line. You want it a little bit dark so you can trace it, but you don't want it too bright, if you know what I mean. And then you go to another layer, and this is just tracing. Let me show you tracing right here. Just like literally just copying the drawing and like tracing it is literally not it. This is not tracing. And a lot of people will accuse you of tracing if your lines are too clean and all. So it's important that you always have the speed paint, so no baby is like, yeah, no, this isn't your drawing. So this is not tracing, though. This is not tracing. This is actually analyzing the drawing. As long as you don't take credit for the drawing, like, people don't really care. And if anybody tries to hate on you or say that you're tracing, just show them the speed paint and gives credit for the picture and never take it as your own art. Or just put in the comments that you trace this. So, like, if I were to post this right now, and because I always show speed paints, and someone says, hey, that's not all your art, like, you can just tell them that you weren't actually claiming it as your own. But you not saying nothing about it is technically claiming it as your own. So, make sure to clarify that. And then when you're done analyzing that drawing, you can take off that layer like this. And yeah. And no, yeah, this is not tracing, but because you're technically analyzing the drawing. And I think a little bit of tracing is good, because like it's better than just using AI, because at least you're trying to learn. And you can always just erase the guidelines. Mostly it. And if you're using the color palette, for example, warning, if you like extract line art, you're not going to get a color palette. But if you're not tracing and you have a color palette, like same reference again, and you have this, I guess you can extract it from here, go anywhere at the parts of the body, and it will give you the line art thing, the color. You don't have to give credits for the palette unless the owner says give me credits for the freaking palette. I don't think people don't really care about that. Unless it's like someone else's OC or character, but pretty much it. And tweening, I'm not going to do a tutorial for that because, one, I do not know how to do it, and even if I did know how to do it, I'm not good at explaining stuff like this, so I wouldn't want to confuse my viewers. Because there's plenty more artists out there that are totally better than me. And you should go check them out. And also, if you wanted to see my first drawing, digital drawing, it was this one. You can still find it on the channel. I'm just going to skip right to the end most of the time. No, I did not have any gallery. It was actually a character, and I did not use a palette for this because I was a fresh new beginner. And as a self-taught artist mostly, I'm really proud of myself because I'm traditional. I definitely was once a tracer. I'll admit that. I was once a tracer, but now that I'm bigger and I have a bigger community, I realize that I cannot be tracing these drawings because if I think about it, like, people are going to realize and then I'll just be ambushed. So, moral of the story is that keep practicing and you'll get better. And hopefully you'll become big enough to be like famous YouTubers such as Sadie, Hamimations, glitch or an indie animation company or just a small YouTuber with a bigger community like Red Doodle or Coet Jetty or Sadie or Vampamize. So that's gonna be it for the basic tutorial. For me, I feel like people need to know this. So that's gonna be all for today. And just a little bit more, you can get your pictures of references from Google, Pinterest, and take a screenshot and upload it there and crop it to show the photo. But that will be mostly it. Everybody, have a good night, have a great evening, great morning, or whatever you're watching this, whenever. My English is so bad, but like, everybody, you know what? Have a great rest of your day. Bye, and see you next time. Make sure to like and subscribe because my voice is getting hoarse. And please recommend this video to someone who needs it. Goodbye.